Our Region's Business is sponsored by PNC for the achiever in you. Our Region's Business. Innovation, transformation, momentum. Improving our communities and driving technologies that will shape our region for generations. The collaboration that brings vitality, prosperity, and life to living. Stay with us for the coming half hour as we examine in depth our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, they say in real estate it's all about location, location, location. We'll see how one of our region's school districts is using technology to become part of the local real estate community's sales pitch. Plus, a Philadelphia entrepreneur who's employing technology to make our region first in math. But first, water, water everywhere, especially around here. Now, how do we make the most of it? Carnegie Mellon University recently released a study of our region's economic opportunity as it relates to water. And Sustainable Pittsburgh announced the formation of a new water economy network to take advantage of it. Dr. Jeanne Briesen is Director of Water Quality and Urban Environmental Systems at CMU. And Stephen McKnight is Vice President of Fourth Economy Consulting. And welcome. Good to see both of you.
Thank you.
Jeanne, I'll start with you on how all of this goes back to World Environment Day a couple of years ago, doesn't it?
It does. World Environment Day was here in Pittsburgh, and we had the opportunity to hold the Water Matters Conference, brought in people from throughout the nation and really throughout the world to talk about water and the region's water opportunities. And these two reports, this follow-up work really came out of that, a real interest in the region in talking about our water resources and what we could do to leverage them.
Yeah, so part of this was really try to better understand what those assets really mean. And when we see the rivers, we know it rains, but we haven't really had a good sense of what that really means in terms of economic opportunity.
We wanted to understand what we're really great at. There's lots of projects we've done in the region about water. We have a lot of people who work in water, and we wanted to take it beyond just there's a lot of water here and it rains a lot into what do we do with that resource and what kinds of economic development happen around that kind of resource.
So how did you approach this? Set out to answer some of those questions.
Well, you take a look at a lot of the existing market data. You just get a good understanding of what existing industries in the region are already playing in the water space. And a lot of times we found out companies may not necessarily even know that they're in a water sector related business. They may be looking at infrastructure in a different way. But the reality is that we have more than 3,000 firms potentially doing hundreds of millions, billions of dollars of business in and around the water sector already here in the Pittsburgh region. So it's an incredible base to build upon. 3,000 companies, that's amazing. And is that everything from like filtration technologies that people that work on the rivers with our commerce system as well? It is. It's various sectors, from the service industry and the transportation industry and of course the pipe, the infrastructure, the heavy types of industry, to the higher end innovation companies doing new sensor and monitoring technologies, which is really a very, very important part of this entire sector conversation.
Well, I know in the report that was just released, it was like multi-billion-dollar amount of economic activity. So it's substantial even when you look at other places in the United States. It's a real competitive strength.
Absolutely, and especially the fact that it's an energy-related sector as well. There's a lot of water energy nexus opportunities there. So when you add that on top of it, Pittsburgh's really, and the entire western Pennsylvania region is really at an advantage.
If you think about our history, it's really clear that we are a city because of our water resources. Hundreds of years ago, it was commerce mainly. You could move things on the river. We're still heavily dependent on the lock and dam system and the navigational control to allow us to move things around. Pittsburgh's one of the largest inland ports in the nation. And added to that, we had industries that were very water intensive. We had steel, we moved coal on the rivers. This has always been a part of who we are as an economy, but there's more now because there are more interesting questions we have about water. How do you treat it? How do you get it to where you want to drink it? How do you get it to use it for some of these high-tech industries?
Puts us in a position, too, to being a solution provider, right, across the country and around the world in some cases?
Absolutely. Lots of the challenges we have are not unique to Pittsburgh. When you hear people talking about our stormwater issues and our challenges with water resources going into energy production, that's here, that's throughout the United States, that's throughout other parts of the world that are also trying to develop their energy resources with water. So things we learn here, we really can share with the world.
Wow. So what happens next as a result of the report? What's the going forward plan?
Right. Well, Two reports have come together, the H2 Opportunity Report, which was released a little bit more than a year ago, and now the CMU report is coming out, adding all of the statistical rigor that defines the water sector market, and also the potential projects that lay within our region, those that are already in the pipeline, and those that are in the near future. The next step is to really organize this industry around this sort of common voice. So we are moving forward and launching a water economy network, which is really a collaborative between private industry, the nonprofit economic intermediaries, and our great research institutions and universities in the region, where they will all have an area, a venue to come together and explore opportunities that may be emerging, form research collaboratives to address the various challenges that face the water sector overall, and also help in attracting industry. Looking at the international front, we still have a lot to learn, and lots of other countries and regions in the world have done different things. So we're hoping to bring some of those companies and expertise here to the region as well through the Water Economy Network.
Yeah, really exciting. If you want to find out more about this, I assume the report's available somewhere online.
The report's available. You'll notice if you read the report, we really focused on sustainability and innovation. We really wanted to look at what we could do to keep the innovations coming. This has been a region that's had a lot of innovation in water over the years, and that's something we really want to develop, the ability to continue that. It's one of the reasons Carnegie Mellon was so interested. That's what we do, is innovation.
Well, exciting. Congratulations to both of you, identifying yet another strength and opportunity for the region. Jeanne Briesen from CMU, Stephen McKnight from Fourth Economy. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, how school districts across our region are using technology to help more of our young people become first in math. Stay with us.